I'm Chase.
And I'm Timothy.
And this is Customer Service. And we're back. It's a rainy day.
Kind of stinky little rainy day.
Stinky little rainy day. Yeah, it's like Portland out here, dude. It's been raining so much.
Yuck. Shout out Portland for having bad weather all the time.
Yeah, honestly, dude.
I don't want to. I was just telling Cole, this is fine. I like this for right now because I know that at the end it makes everything green and pretty, and then it stays hot forever.
Yeah.
So I'm good with it, you know. But I don't. If this was all the time.
No, I don't know. I'm kind of done with it. We can get into it in a little bit, but I got just a god awful sunburn on my body right now. So the sun gets me, as you know.
You outside for like an hour this week.
I was. We can just hop into it. This last weekend, I was over at a buddy of ours' house helping him plant more trees. You know.
Oh, we know this.
Yeah, well, you know. Here we know. I've stressed it on the pod many times too. But I go over there and we're digging, and I had applied some sunscreen. My buddy was going back in the house to refill the water, and his wife goes, "Get Chase the sunscreen. He needs it." And then the next day she tells me, she goes, "I'll be honest with you. I was looking at you, and you were just getting redder and redder and redder, and I was getting worried." And it hit a point where.
You out in the sun is concerning. I see you out in the sun, and we're like, we got to fix this.
Go get him.
I always forget we can't, but she's right.
Yeah.
She's right to be concerned.
This is gonna sound dramatic, but I mean it wholeheartedly. It gets to a point where we finished planting the last of the big trees, and there was a couple shrubs left, and I was like, I'll be honest, guys, I gotta go. I can't be out in the sun anymore, and it makes my body. It's the same reaction as fight or flight. When I'm out there for too long, I can feel it, and it's to the point where like I can't hear you when you're talking to me and shit.
Yeah.
It overwhelms me. It's like a sensory thing. But
this is why you got a sauna. It really helps you mentally work past things like this.
Yeah.
It's very helpful.
Sauna might be nice because I know the problem is I know that in most situations I'll be able to get through it. When it comes to the sun, though, dude, I could feel it just roasting. 2-3 layers of my skin just cooked.
Yeah, you've got similar complexion to long legs.
Yeah, I do, dude. I really do.
You working in the garden is like when he showed up at that girl's house. Same situation.
Behind the house for a second, poking out.
It's like if you just put a hat on.
Yeah.
Hat on and some Vans.
Yeah. So, but it literally triggered a fight or flight reaction in me, and I was like, guys, I gotta go. So I quickly no, they were like, because I was like, all right, we're good. They're like, okay, cool, you know, if you're beat, we can handle the last 2 shrubs. And I was like, okay, cool. And then a couple minutes later I was like, guys, just so you know, I am gonna have you do that. I am gonna have to go. So
wait, so what, because you got hot?
It was just my body temperature felt like it was overheating. I could feel my skin already. I could feel a burn on my body. Did you drink
water or like go inside?
I was drinking
for a second?
much water. We went inside. We had lunch. I had so much water. I was applying spray sunscreen. 30 SPF doesn't do shit. I was spraying it every 10 minutes. Every time that we would take a pause to either move the tarp or whatever it was, I was literally dousing myself in this, dude. So. But it got to it's a complete sensory overload, and it's like literally like if you're talking to me, I can't take the words in. It's just in my head, I'm just thinking like, gotta get out of the sun, gotta get out of the sun, gotta get out of the sun.
Patreon episode idea: we surprise him with a doctor that's in the room, and I go, he's not allowed to talk for a little while. I'm just gonna run some things past you. And
you play clips.
Yeah, and I just want you to clip it up. All the weird things you've said throughout the past.
It's because people talk about. I'm not allergic to the sun. I don't think that's the case. You know what I mean? And I know that exists, you know, but something really visceral does happen. I hit a point where like people will be like, oh, I'm going to go lay in the sun, or like that's my absolute worst nightmare. My mom and sister were in town last year, and we took them out to Babette's out in Longmont, and we come outside, and I thought we were just going to get in the car and go back home with our snacks. And they go, oh, the picnic table opened up, and they're sitting at the picnic table, and I'm standing under a tree 10 or 15 feet away from the picnic table, and I was like, this is what you guys want to do then, huh? Like, I just can't do it.
Just hanging out in the park like the Zodiac killer.
Yeah, honestly, dude, I'd be happier in the Zodiac outfit with the hood and all of that. You know, the eyes.
If you just took off all the weird imagery, that's basically how you dress.
That's
If the Zodiac killer. Damn, I'm not gonna have the poll. What was the breakdancing group that wore the masks? You know what I'm talking about?
Jabberwockies.
Yeah, you're like if Zodiac and Jabberwockies got together on an outfit, they'd come up with a Chase
nice
Brown.
baggy ass outfit. Yeah, I agree.
You can move in it. You can get things done. They both agree on these things.
Protects me from the sun.
Yeah.
You know.
Protects your identity. Protects them from the sun.
We were joking today. You saw me that I'm dressed up for service. You know, as a.
I saluted you.
I did say I've been watching a lot of Navy SEAL content lately, so it's inspired these Navy outfits.
Yeah, just all Navy.
Yeah.
You're a wild guy,
dude. I'm just unabashedly can't. It's doing me. You know, it's taking in SEAL content.
I got 2 things for you right off the bat. I didn't do anything this weekend.
You didn't, because Abby and G were out of town.
They were not out of town. Well, they were just in a different city nearby.
Not present during the day.
I didn't do anything. What I do at that time is I sit out in the porch and I paint a little bit, and then I stare until I showed you the pictures of the birds I took.
Yeah, Timothy took some beautiful photos of these birds. Now, are these aren't the birds in the garage? They are.
They're the birds in the garage. They're the only birds.
So
that
they
are coming.
populate your whole property. Then is what you're saying.
They kind of. I'm sort of doing it for them.
They're
at
living
this
with
point.
you.
Yeah. And then like these 2 squirrels that have a weird vendetta with the cats, but also with each other.
Have you fed them out of your hand yet or no?
No, they don't. If I'm on the porch, they'll come on the porch too. Though they don't.
They don't care.
We're all on the same team at this point. They know they don't bite the hand that feeds them. So I'd sit outside and then I go inside, outside, and I just listen to music at a volume that's way too high.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just headphones in, and I just listen to like 8 hours of music, and then I just walk around, and I took a really long walk through the neighborhoods.
You're meandering
that
walks,
occupied 2 to 3 hours right there. You know,
nice.
Yeah.
So that's good. I know that makes you happy as can be. You know,
It's I do very little screen time. It's a real reset for me, where like the opposite of sensory overload is just
yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess it is because I'm literally.
But you got things going
sitting
on, but
in the
it's
sun
not
and
like
blasting things.
You're not like needed or engaged with anybody.
Yeah.
You're just existing.
Yeah, I went to the gym, but nothing funny happened.
Yeah,
nothing to report.
No Maybach guy or nothing.
No.
Oh, also real quick,
I got to start going at night again, so maybe I do catch up with him. Though.
Go see him, because if you see him, you got to chat him up a little bit.
Schedule change.
Have you seen the fellow with the oils at all?
With the what?
You said there was a guy that put on so much essential oils. You said it took like 20 minutes.
No, I have not seen that guy in a little while. I have not seen him. I don't know what he's up to.
Yeah.
But oh my God.
Yeah.
This guy, you listen to the pod. He looked, I mean, it was tremendous, the amount of things he had on his person.
All that oil dripping all day, you know what I mean?
I mean, look, I think this is probably a situation where he primarily uses this for the restroom facilities, and he's not doing anything wrong there. He's occupying quite a bit of space. And smell-wise, he's occupying the entire space for sure.
Yeah.
I don't even know. These are all like, it must take him hours. He's cooking up because he's got all these bottles, and these aren't like, he didn't buy these at the store. Like he made these oils. You know what I mean?
He's mixing some of the jojoba with the this, that, and the other. Yeah.
He just has one dread.
Yeah.
Coming out the back.
Hair on top? It all populates to one central area? Or it's just,
one big one back here.
Tight.
He's doing something. He's got something cooking. I'm sure his skin is going to last. It's going to outlive yours for sure.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
Maybe I get all the sunburn, but you also have to keep in mind, while I do burn and I am pale, it's not in the sun all that much. I wear long sleeves every day.
Shirtless, you look like a tattooed cherished. What do they call it? Damn it, I can't pull it. Cherished angels or whatever.
A cherub?
No, you know, none of the ones you get at like Hallmark store.
Yeah, little baby, a cherub. Cherub,
they
little baby
angels.
angels.
They had a name. Look this up. What was the name of those porcelain dolls?
A cherub. CHEU.
I understand what you're saying. That's not the brand name, though.
Oh, you're looking for the brand name.
I understand. You keep some
cherub, Timothy.
I understand.
While Cole looks that up, real quick, I want to give a shout out to my beautiful mom. She sent me out a bunch of teas from Cleveland. This is an apricot
like
oolong.
Local Cleveland teas.
I don't think tea grows there, but you know what I'm saying. It's like from a cute tea shop.
What are they called? Precious Moments. That's what I was trying to think of.
Honestly, dude, yeah. And if you were to catch me in the right light, you might only be able to see the tattoos. It's like a green screen.
Can someone Photoshop tattoos on a what are they called? Precious Moments doll?
Yeah.
Just find one of the blonde boys
but the thing is this, because it's been as long as I can remember. Obviously, I played sports for a long time, so soccer, tennis, you're outside in the sun. Like, I'm not saying my skin's never touched sun, but outside of playing organized sports, my skin is not in the sun hardly ever. Even like going to skate park, being a teenager, I wore flannels. College, I would just sweat through shit, dude. I can remember getting in college. I got into LL Bean. I got a pair of raw denim. I got the black and red check Wallace and Barnes J. Crew flannel, the famed one, that everybody had at one point.
You are a hardcore guy through and through, man. That is the uniform of transferring from that scene to the new scene.
Couldn't have just done a more linear one-to-one. I bought this Woolrich. It was Woolrich white label. Was that there? And it was a little bit more modern cuts and stuff. Oh, it was?
That was Daiki and Mark McNary.
Oh. Well,
I wonder if we could get Mark McNary on the pod. He used to be he was the honey badger of, he was just kind of a little prick, I think, was sort of his vibe. It was like a purposeful thing, I think.
I'm not familiar with his game. I know the name, but I couldn't tell you.
You'd like him. I don't think you'd like the clothes. Go ahead.
But I bought a Woolrich piece. That looks like the eyebrow kid that's in Warfare. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Have you seen Warfare?
No, we're going to watch it this week.
I knew it. I just thought it would be funny that you're referencing a movie.
I just know he's in it. I bought a Woolrich piece, and I can remember walking to class. I was walking to, it was one of my final exams, probably would have been geography or something. Geology. No, I never took geology. Geography. Long story short, I'm walking, and I'm sweating fucking bullets, dude. And I was like, not taking the shirt off. It's new. I like it. I'm keeping it on. That's been my life for a long, long time. That was 10 years ago. Yeah, like legitimately, and nothing has changed since. So while yes, I burn easily, and I am a little worried with how many severe burns I've had, you know what I mean? My shoulders are quite freckled, which I don't know if that necessarily is a bad thing.
I don't know.
But but long story short, my skin, I think all things considered, sees much less sun than mostly everybody else. So it's a push and a pull.
So on top of that, you are lacking vitamin D also.
Yeah, that's fair. Also, real quick, remember last week? So we had our boy Drew, as everybody, if you're part of the Patreon, you saw Rowdycast. Drew, he's all stuffed up and he's talking all day. He goes, man, I can't get on top of this. And I said, I got the fix for you right now, buddy. I go, just tell me what you want. And he goes, well, what is it? And I said, I'll go get you a gallon of orange juice from Lolitas right now. I'll get you that gallon. You slug that thing down. You'll feel better in no time. He goes, you serious? I said, yeah, I'll go get it right now. Grab my keys or grab my wallet, went across and got him gallon orange juice. And Timbo comes back. He goes, a cheddar. I learned a little bit of information.
I'd been holding on for this for like a month. I was just like, I know this will come up again. Because it like, no conversation. If you guys think like, oh, we have these conversations and then we stop and then we had them. We do forget them. But many of them, because we also forget them, we have 100 times. This orange juice conversation is like a 7-year-old conversation at this point.
It's something that I've been practicing since college. At least I remember a quick aside, and then we'll get back to the orange juice. A quick aside, I would go and from Walmart, you could get these big Tropicana, probably 2-gallon, had a handle, but honker, right? Honker. And I drank the whole thing orange juice, and I was using it as my water jug for a couple weeks. And my buddy Doug.
Was this the Walmart on the east side or the west side? You haven't added a lot of these interesting details you normally pepper in.
There's only one in Kent. There was only one in Kent. So it's the Walmart by the apartments.
It's the one my one friend Bussy went to when he got married. It's always like information that you don't need for the story.
We had the one that was Taco Bell that we went to the drive-thru. Yeah. No, it's a Walmart. There's not shit out by it. It's out if you're heading towards Ravenna. It's that Walmart. But there isn't another Walmart to reference. But you get these big ass 2-gallon jugs, and I drank it, and I was using my water jug, and a couple weeks go by, and Doug goes, Chase, what do you got in there? I was like, oh, it's just water. He goes, dude, you've been drinking out of that room temperature for weeks. I was worried you're still sipping on orange juice that you've just been leaving out for weeks. And like, it says something that like, everybody assumed that I would do that. You know what I mean? So, but anyway.
If I found out that you ever seen the movie Encino Man with Brendan Fraser and Pauly Shore? Well, no. It's a great watch if you got a free Saturday afternoon. It's a Saturday afternoon type of movie.
No, I don't know it.
It was like a weed movie in the 90s. You know what I mean?
Cool.
Like for some reason they're like stoned, but they
is
don't.
Is it a movie from
that.
the 90s or is taking place in the 90s?
It's from the 90s.
Okay, yeah.
But it's got to come out in the 90s. I don't remember the exact year or anything. But anyway, Pauly Shore. No. I think it's Sean Astin from Lord of the Rings. Pauly Shore's in it too.
Which one is Sean Astin? What's he do?
In Lord of the Rings?
Yeah.
You're asking the wrong guy. I just know
Cole,
he's in it.
can you... Because I know
he's
the characters.
One of the little ones.
He's Sam. Oh, okay. Potatoes. That guy. He's you don't know Lord of the Rings, but he does say potatoes.
Okay. Right. Anyway, back to my interesting thing. Sean Astin, to get popular at school, this is how I remember. This has been a while since I've seen Incino Man. But to get popular at school, he's like, the only thing I need is a pool in my backyard. If I have a pool in my backyard. So honestly, thinking pretty similar to how you would think. So they dig and they find, they don't even have to go that deep, which is also like its own thing when you think about finding what they find. They find I think it's like a frozen block of ice, I think is the situation. They bring it into the garage and thaw it out because there's a person inside of it. And then it's Brendan Fraser. He was like, he's like a caveman.
Dude, this is
But then they take the caveman to high school and he's at parties.
Cool.
Anyway,
looks crazy.
You behave a lot like
Incino Man.
Brendan Fraser, the caveman being unfrozen and then put into the world loose.
Yeah.
Like the things you do, like when he gets out of the shower, he doesn't dry himself off and gets water everywhere. Yeah. That's like a thing about, like you might be him. That's the character you're playing. Like maybe
Dude, getting out of the shower thing again. We could talk about it. We don't need to, obviously. But we've done it many times.
Rehash this.
It never crossed my mind. I want everybody to so seriously know that it never once occurred to me to dry off in the shower. Not once in my entire life. I was 26.
What did you think the towels were for?
I would dry off in the bathroom. I would get the towel. I'd get out, walk to my towel, dripping, sopping wet.
We can't litigate this again.
Yeah. So anyway. I probably am
weirder.
like Incino Man.
Yeah, it's like for
I'm assuming he's the
large
Incino
portion
Man.
of your life, you were just sort of guessing.
Yeah, dude. Throwing noodles at the wall, see the stick or whatever it is, you know?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Okay. What was I
so
where was
this
I going?
weekend, you just kind of kicked it.
Oh, I had two things. I wish I
could.
could remember the second one now, so I'm only dealing with one. But the one I was thinking of is we were just talking. I would like to hear listener feedback, especially those who subscribe to the podcast. If we do a March Madness, with what dog is best, live, would you like that? Because I really want to do it, but I don't want to do it if everyone's like, this seems like a real wild left turn.
We will need Cole, March Madness, real quick. Could you pull up the bracket? Is it 64 or 32 teams?
Not a problem. There's definitely 64 dog breeds.
Yeah, but I'm saying it could be. No, it's 32. It's 32. Yes. 32 teams. 32 is no problem,
There's
dude.
Plenty. So we're just going to take the top 32 dog breeds.
Yeah, we're just going to take 32 dog breeds.
Kennel Club or whatever.
I've been trying to get Mishan, at some point in our life, I want a Newfoundland is my new thing. After the guy brought it through here, remember? Mm-hmm. And I'm trying to get her primed and maybe on board with a Newfoundland at some point. Mm-hmm. So.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'd like to rank dogs by who's best. This is subjective. This isn't about this. We're not going to fight dogs. This is
no. Dog. This is not what dog would win in a fight. It's which dog is better. Simple.
Yeah. Who looks coolest? Who's Yeah.
There's already one we can use. Hell yeah.
Nice.
It's called bracket fights with dogs in it. You can have your own.
Okay,
we just won't fight them.
Yeah, we're not fighting them.
Vic did his time.
Mm-hmm. I'm not, just to be clear, I'm not defending Michael Vick.
No. We don't want dogs to fight. That's not what we're saying. We just really like them.
Who's better?
Yeah.
Who's coolest? Yeah, who's coolest?
Yeah, I think that's totally fair.
This might be where we end our friendship. I could see it. If there was ever a time for me to get actually mad, it would be if you weren't letting certain things through and you're telling me that some dumb dog is like better, like a bulldog's better than.
I don't know. I don't feel super strongly one way or another. I like all dogs. There's some dogs that I would prefer over others.
There's like 2 or 3 that a guy driving by in a Mini Cooper with the top down in the rain. It is nuts.
Golly. That dude threw me off. I've had a couple pugs I've really liked in my life. Oh, golly. Change the pressure in the room. I've had one pug in my life I really liked.
You had it?
No, my buddy Ryan had it.
Oh,
His name was
you
Reese.
had it in your life.
In my life, it was around me quite a bit. And at first, I thought I didn't like pugs. This is just a quick aside. I'm not going to spoil nothing for the bracket, obviously. But I thought maybe I don't like pugs because they're snotty, they can't breathe, you know. But this pug was named Reese, and I'd come over his house. This was a house that I was very comfortable at. This would be what I considered my second home. In many ways, Ryan and I raised each other. Actually, in most ways, we did. You know what I mean? Like, we were really out there figuring shit out, doing build-ems, dig-ems. Steal-ems, whatever. You know
Just
what I mean?
hanging out in Volcom shirts.
Yeah, in Volcom shirts, and beat-ass skate shoes on trampolines. But Reese had come over his house, and I warmed right up to Reese because it was so friendly. And I'd sit down on the couch, and that dog would scamper. You could hear it running across the room. And it would just want to be in my mouth, in my face, licking me. And that dog was just so sweet. I loved Reese. So
I had a friend, similar situation. He had a dog forever named Tanner. This dog didn't do anything. It was a golden retriever. It never moved unless food was in the equation, in which case it moved like you've never seen. But those are the only two things it did. And this dog kicked ass.
Yeah,
you wouldn't even know it was in the room with you. And you'd be like, oh, shit. I didn't know he was here the whole time. And he had a real cool vibe to him.
Yeah.
He passed away, and they got a new dog, and it was a pug. And they were like, you got to come check out this dog. This dog rules. His name's Chubbs. And I was like, okay. So we came over and looked, and I was like, as soon as I got there, I was like, this dog sucks. It just didn't. It couldn't do anything. It was always making noises, but like gross noises.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, you know, like the noises like old people make at the gym. You know what I mean? And just like,
I do.
what is it doing?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Or it's almost like the sound like an old person eating.
yeah,
You know,
it was
when their
just,
mouth
it was
is
just,
clicking.
it was like unpleasant. And then it was like, it was always doing, we could never do anything. It'd be like, we're just hanging out, like, where's the dog? I'm like, I don't know. What does it matter? And then you'd be like, it could be doing something. And it can, you know, it's just like, okay, all right, let's go find Chubbs doing like eating a shrub or something, you know, and it was not fun.
Yeah.
So I'm going to tell you right now, Pug's getting ranked pretty low for me.
It depends on who they come up against in the bracket, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
for me, it ain't going the distance, but we'll see.
Yeah. We'll see. I'm excited.
Two small ones together.
I like that we originally were asking, and now we're just saying we're gonna do it.
Yeah. Maybe we'll see.
I
Maybe
want
you
to
guys
do
don't
it.
want to, so we'll see. We'll keep it on the docket.
Listen, the question is, we're gonna do it regardless. Do we do it for the pod, or do we just do it personally?
or are we just doing it
Or
when
we
we're just
staying late one
existing? Yeah.
Yeah. So
Hey, real quick, all these people walking by the door has reminded me. We don't have to get into it too much, but obviously it was a wild occurrence this last week in Boulder. Everyone at the shop's good. We're good, this, that, and the other. But yesterday, 2 FBI agents walk into the stew, flash their shit real quick, and me and Al sprung to action like, oh, hi, guys. What can we help you with?
you've never seen two people... You've never seen a guy more down with ACAB to immediately be like into the fact that FBI came to our door.
Well, I wouldn't even say I was into the fact. It was jarring to see the big printed letters, and they literally did the badge flip where it pops down.
You look closer, it says female body inspector.
I'm like, fuck yeah, guys. What do you need?
Hell yeah.
I continue on as if they're FBI.
You treat them with the same respect.
Yeah. All right, what do you got? You guys want any water or anything?
Yeah.
What do you need?
No, these
fuck,
two
that's
Hooters
so-
franchisees have come by to ask
that's
some
so
questions about the
funny.
neighborhood.
Have you ever been to a Hooters, Timbo?
No.
I haven't
That
either.
doesn't seem... Well... I don't remember. Maybe one time because that was like a popular restaurant in our you know what I mean. And like there was like a college town that I was by in school that had also had like two restaurants. They had a Waffle House and a Hooters,
Hey.
so you can get in the vibe of where I'm from.
Honestly,
So,
yeah.
It was like, and that was a smaller town, to be fair, but yeah, I don't think so, but maybe, I don't know. It's not really my.
I've
What am I
never
gonna
been.
eat? I don't like chicken wings, and I don't like
Yeah.
making female people uncomfortable. So, and I don't like eating in public that much. So,
Well,
like,
that's the thing is,
it's for all reasons, it's not for me.
It's not up your alley. And for the record, it's not my cup of tea either. I've thought about when I lived in Denver.
You probably would like the food.
I was thinking about getting takeout.
So Hooters takeout is psychotic.
So I don't have to be uncomfortable. Because here's the thing, dude. Hooters and a strip club is like the same thing, in my opinion. Never been to a strip club.
Well, it's
I can't think of something
not...
that would make me more uncomfortable than a strip club, but Hooters is a close second. Because I also like
That's the Patreon pod you want is us taking.
If you take me to a Hooters and put me in a corner of the restaurant where nobody's going to bother me
the whole time,
it's like, I don't want to. Respectfully, that's not what I'm looking for when I'm trying to get down on a bunch of wings. Yeah. If I'm going to order a 12 or 16 buffalo wings.
We don't need
no, please. No. So it's really not up my alley.
Yeah.
But I have heard the wings are to die for. To die for. So, but there's a Hooters, but there's also out here, Cole, and you can weigh in, please. It's the franchise is called Twin Peaks, right? Have you been?
No, I don't even know Twin Peaks as in. Is it like similar to Hooters, kind of?
I understand that it's similar to Hooters, where the women are dressed similarly.
Is the name not clicking for you? Is that the problem?
No, it's not clicking for me.
It's not the David Lynch series. It's a franchise. If you wouldn't mind pulling it up, Cole.
It's in reference to different peaks.
But there used to be one on 36. If you're going towards Denver, it's on 36 on your right before you hit Westminster and Broomfield.
Oh, yeah, it's in.
I've never been, though, but I'm just thinking of where the
places you'd like to get takeout.
Women are.
Yeah, it's in
not a lot.
Okay. It's not a place for me. You know what I mean? Like, I want to.
You can get the vibe. I just.
You know what though? I would like to get some Hooters to go, DoorDash, and I'll report back for the wings. There ain't no Hooters in Longmont though. But anyway,
too respectable.
All right. So anyway,
you know what? This is a thought I was having. That maybe kind of is along the same lines. Is like, you know how. I'm trying to think of how to ask this question. Do you know how, like, I think that, like, overall, if you were to review, like, there's like reviewing fashion as art, and then there's reviewing just what people look good in. And I think that everyone can agree, like, ladies look pretty nice in just like workout gear. That's good. Well, men didn't need higher standards than that necessarily. You know what I mean? Sure. And I wonder in reverse though. Like, I think that, like, I'm speaking widely, obviously. That seems to be general consensus. I'm wondering what that is for girls.
I can tell you.
Let me tell you. Let me pitch mine and see if that seems right for you. I think it is guy in like Sambas, Carhartt, and like beat up t-shirt with hat.
Timbo,
I think that's the like Viore of men.
I was just gonna say it's. I think most women would prefer that they're...
And we understand we should not be speaking for women at all, and we're not.
If this gets dicey, it is what it is.
I think this is fine. I think this is like a known thing. This is a known conversation.
I'm not trying to be disrespectful at all, but I do think that most women would prefer their partner, their male counterpart, is wearing Carhartt work in progress. I think that's probably...
I think that like
if we're pulling 100
what
women.
I'm saying is it doesn't need to be above that. Now, certainly certain people are going to appreciate above and beyond that. You know what I mean? But like, I'd say baseline, if you're just looking to like look good or like look attractive, baseline, that's the baseline. Yeah, you don't need to be beyond that to be like... No.
I don't like.
I think that's working. Just fine.
I completely agree. I don't know how to articulate what I'm saying
because it seems like you had to put a little thought into that, even though it's sort of a trope. You had to put some thought in. You know, you had to get the right ones. They had to fit you right. The t-shirt can't fit weird. You know what I mean? So you have to. There's some consideration, but not too much.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's
not like when we get into like a lot of people I imagine listening to this. We're not dressing for the ladies. We're dressing so we can
for
go,
other fellas on the internet.
Whoa.
Yeah.
What's that?
Come here. What do you got there? Yeah.
How's that Navy pant different than the other Navy pant?
Yeah. No, I agree.
So like that's a different thing, but I do think that like there's like a little bit of like manly, like traditional manly, like workwear in it. You know what I mean? And ideally these are like ripped up ones, but it's put together enough and it's, I feel like it rides the line perfectly to where I think that's the baseline.
Yeah, no, I would agree. I think a rule of thumb, if you're like a guy and you're like, listen, I'm just trying to attract some girls. I just want to be middle of the road. I don't want to be doing nothing too crazy.
Yeah, I'm not
get yourself a Carhartt work in progress
go to a vintage store and just buy like
a pair of black pants, some Dickies or something,
like a shirt with some like college saying on it or something.
Yeah,
female body inspector, maybe FBI. Something like that, and then that's sort of it.
Yeah,
I think you got it in that situation. You don't need to go above and beyond that. That seems to be working for everybody.
I think the more money you spend on the outfit and the more consideration, the less the common denominator of person attracted to you would be. I could be completely wrong, but you understand what I'm trying to say.
Sure. I mean,
the further advanced you get, the more marginalized you make yourself in the pool. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, listen, and like that was like growing up, I didn't wear blazers to school because I was like, the girls are gonna love this. You know what I mean? It was either I will meet the right woman, or
none,
or none. You know what I mean? That was sort of what it was.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't feel this way personally. It's just sort of like I wondered what the reverse side of like, just like regular gym clothes is.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if we have some female
because
listeners,
guy gym clothes don't look good. You know what I mean? They don't look good.
Yeah.
I've seen all the different versions. We were just talking about this. It doesn't look good. Like the shorts are difficult to get right. You know what I mean? Versus like what works in the gym versus what looks cool.
Yeah.
They don't look cool out. Sometimes I'm at the coffee shop and I see like a guy that's clearly in a gym outfit, but he's not going to the gym. Like the shirt's pressed and you're like, why does it have... Well, you got fold lines.
Yeah,
yeah. You know?
Yeah.
So it's like, and then like there's those like clingy workout shirts, which I understand what they're moisture wicking or whatever. But
sickening.
That doesn't look cool.
No.
No one's like, that's a sexy look.
You know what? You know what you look like when you wear those? You look like Andy from The Office when they do the fun run for the rabies cure, and he's nipple chafing.
That's what I was thinking, and you were asking me about the cutoff shirts.
That's what I was saying. I didn't want to look like.
Yeah. It's a tough. So what I'm saying is like guys' workout clothes aren't cool. Girls' workout clothes are super cool. You see, there's a million different kinds. It's kind of like girls' clothes in general. There's so many options.
Yeah.
Like there's so many silhouettes you can go down. There's like literally 100 things you could do. Where it's guys, totally. It's like there is jacket and it can fit two ways, and then there's pant and that can fit two ways, and it's like that's sort of it. You're sort of limited. I think it's the same thing. So gym clothes aren't it. Is what I'm saying for guys. It just doesn't work because
I agree.
They aren't cool.
Yeah.
And we never tried to make them cool, so we just sort of gave up on it.
Yeah.
Like you don't see one with the weird cutouts and all the weird shit.
No. Like a gradient of mesh. You know, like
it's not doing any of that kind of stuff.
I have to say real quick before I forget, the bit of an FBI guy showing you the badge you look and it says female body inspector, and then you just continue on as if everything and you dab them up, or like I just think that's the funniest fucking bit. It has been spinning in my brain and I can't. It's so fucking funny. So anyway, we can continue on, but that you found gold there, Timbo. You really did.
It was a real. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
It's a similar sense of humor.
I would like that to be on my tombstone when I die. Thought of made that comparison to the shirts they used to sell at like Walmart.
Yeah, or Stephen Barry's, as we talked about.
Yeah.
It's no different than we have the water fountain over here, and there's the push to drink from, like elementary school. Like you bend over, you drink from it, shoots it out of a spout. Or there's the fill up your water bottle. And every time you use the water bottle for the sum that would fill a bottle of water, the number goes up. And it says number of water bottles saved. Now, obviously, that logic only works if you're using a reusable water bottle. But again, I think the bit where you tape it so it's running indefinitely, and you're running up that number because you think somewhere out there you're saving plastic water bottles from being used. That just hits for me as well. And that's
just dumping water out, and
you're just like, the number is going up, dude. I'm saving 38,000 water bottles.
You call Al Gore. You got to come check this thing out. We cured it.
Dude, you're gonna love it.
It's time to start watching the globe reverse age like a celebrity.
They're from space. They're like, oh, it's all green. It's all green.
Damn, it looks like Rainforest Cafe
Death
from
Valley
up here.
is green.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Okay. So workout clothes, I
didn't have anywhere to go there. I just thought I was just trying to think. I was trying to put together in my head at the gym one day while I was doing my incline walking, trying to figure out like what do ladies like to see a guy and what's their baseline, and that's what I came up with.
Yeah, I think that's
right.
What I mean. Yeah.
So I like it. I think it's good for them.
I like it too.
I think it's good for all of the college bros that don't know what to do.
It's
Lock
simple,
it in
guys.
now. They're good with what you got.
Yeah, honestly.
Okay.
Works.
What do we got today? Are we moving on?
Are you
we
driving
ready
the
to move
ship,
on?
Cole?
Yeah, let's move on to some
drive the
questions
boat.
here.
Okay.
Well, on the talking of some guys, what women want to see, we had the Cannes Film Festival last week.
Yep.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys. I just want to hear you guys' opinion.
These
Celebrities that
Okay.
I got.
Well, and Cannes is interesting because it's not necessarily like full runway.
Yeah, let me ask a
It's a lot
question.
looser than like,
Yeah, that is true.
So I think that's good. I mean, I think that makes it better.
This
Chase,
is not on par with the Met Gala, where the Met Gala is
There's no theme
costumes, it's runway, it's not nice outfits. Now, I'm sure that people are dressed.
It's not nice.
I'm sure that listen, I think it's silly and dumb. So, but I can accept it for what it is, and I'm not the target audience. It's fine.
Yeah.
So, but if we're gonna look at the outfits, that's the lens I'm looking through it. They're more like nice outfits.
Yeah. So what I have
You could go out to a dinner in them, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're not going to go out to dinner in a Met Gala outfit, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, because
you'd be the most insane person in the room. That's all I'm trying to say.
Yeah, you would look like a crazy. I don't know. I mean, but yeah, you hit it on the nail there. But what I have is I have a red carpet. So this is going to be their more fancier. So, similar to Met Gala, but it's like kind of where they're going before the showing for their, their TV show, their movie, whatever their film is. Then I have
It's not black tie, so it's,
It is black tie.
Oh, it is black tie.
Usually that's what people go. But you'll see in it that some people kind of go a little less. And then I'll do a casual look, which that's also a big part of what they take is like, what are they wearing when they're coming out of their, private
They
jet
get changed and shit?
Exactly. Yeah. There's like usually 4 or 5 big outfits for each celebrity.
Okay.
So I have 4 celebrities.
Okay. Pause one quick second.
Yeah.
Given infinite budget, you've got a red carpet event. It's black tie.
Yeah.
What are you going to wear?
I was just thinking when you said black tie.
The point is, like, listen, you're representing Canoe Club. You're in the fashion space, whether we like this or not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You've got to put on a little bit.
And I have money to hit up whoever.
Do whatever you want.
I'd probably...
You're going to immediately have this bespoke. That's where your head went. You're going to have this made for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wonderful. Keep going.
Fuck yeah.
Wonderful.
I'd probably hit up like Christophe Lemaire and just be like, I'm going to a black tie event. I want to represent you and Lemaire. I want it to be... I think this is the thing. I
He's
think
gonna go,
a black
customer what?
what? I think that a black tie suit, like a suit and tie, is so good looking on every guy, and so I wouldn't want it to be freaked. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would want it through the lens of Lemaire. I think that'd be pretty. Because the thing is too is like, transparently, I'm not well versed in suiting or in traditional menswear.
Can I say something? I don't like this for you.
Well, let's talk about it.
I'll let me style you because I feel like the problem is
actually that would be better.
I'm not seeing chase in that. Do you know what I mean? There's
In
no
the
chase
Lemaire
there.
kit. Yeah. Well, then
Plus,
tell
you
me.
don't wear a shitload of Lemaire, so it's not like you're necessarily being like, oh, it's kind of a 1-to-1.
I was thinking what would be close, but still could lean towards suiting, lean towards tailoring. You know what I mean?
I hear you.
And I almost thought like Aura-Lee, like a really, really beautiful sourced garment dyed fucking Finks suit shit.
Yeah.
Here's what I would do for you, I think.
Tell me.
I think that because we're not going to listen to black tie rules. We're just going to do whatever we want. You know what I mean? They're not going to kick you out.
I do want to wear a tie, though, I'll say.
Yeah. I was going to put you in a tie.
Yeah.
I think that what we do is this. We lean into your usual trappings, but try to dress that up. So I think for the top, you just go, we'll get a really nice, we'll go Laura Piana, we'll do something really nice, navy blue
beautiful.
jacket.
Yeah.
We'll just get it to fit really well. Nothing complicated.
Okay.
Classic.
Just a classic,
you know what I mean?
beautiful jacket.
Nothing about it do I want to be out there
it's
in
not
any
like
way.
double-breasted or nothing.
No.
It's just like
just straightforward. I don't mind double-breasted if that's what you want.
3-button, 2-button.
You can make those choices on your own. As long as it's classic, I think we're good.
Yeah, great.
Okay?
Great. We're on the same page.
Great navy.
Okay.
We go crisp white shirt. Nothing. Well, maybe not even crisp. Like kind of like I want like a older Oxford, and then like a collegiate. Because I think that you can, especially when you let the locks out, and you can't wear a hat to this.
Oh yeah, I
mean?
won't be wearing a hat.
So you got the locks out. You got your little. You got your fringe, and you've got a very like kind of boyish look about you when you do that.
Yeah.
So I think we lean into like ivy things.
Cool.
Then we go beat up fatigues. And then we go nice dress shoe.
What color are the fatigues?
Green.
Oh, interesting.
Like real vintage.
Oh shit! So we're doing navy suit, green fatigues, tight.
Yeah. So everything else about it's kind of.
Would it be like
then it's you. You know what I mean?
Would it be like a navy red diagonal striped tie?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was what you were thinking. Cool.
Yeah.
I could dig this, and then a pair of loafers.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's either that or you go for more of like a shiny brown shoe, you know what I mean? Or something like very traditional Oxford or Derby or something like that.
This sounds cool.
Or you could, or I think just wear Vans. I mean, I think it's like funnier.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As long as people, because then people would be like, it's you doing you.
Yeah.
It would
know
be.
what I mean?
It would be undoubtedly a chase bit. Yeah.
We could do like a little pin, like I don't know which things you like, Arby's or something, pin on the lapel. You know, whatever you're into.
Oh yeah.
Garden seed or whatever the fuck. We'll get you in there, and then we just get you a nice nice vintage watch, like just classic. Everything's classic. Besides the loudness is the fact that you have fatigues and Vans on. Everything else is like doesn't need.
But
it
the
can
thing
be
is,
super straightforward.
I would be comfortable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that would show
then it looks
through.
like you.
Yeah.
I think that's nice.
Yeah.
I like that.
That's cool. I mean, I would obviously love that. I do enjoy getting dressed up for a wedding or for an event where you wear a tie, and I wore the beam suit, to the wedding, and that was a lot of fun to me. But it would be fun to do like a situation like this,
Okay.
I like that. You
Show
hit
us
on the
these
nail.
looks.
Yeah,
I think
okay,
I think it would look nice for you.
Hit me.
Okay, first one. It's gonna be ASAP Rocky.
Okay.
Oh,
Let's see him.
Dude, listen, I'm gonna say this right now. I didn't even need to see it.
You already know
That dude, he can put on anything and be the most handsome, well-dressed person in the room.
Listen. I feel you. Because he's a very good-looking guy. You know what I mean?
Strikingly good-looking.
Sure.
When you see him, you're like, dude, what in the fuck? Everything looks cool on him. He looks good in everything I've ever seen him in. And he's married to Rihanna.
Yeah.
But taking those things aside, I do think he'll occasionally break a fit also. Whereas this is too many things for you. Like if you weren't this good looking, the fit would suffer.
Sure.
Yeah.
But he powers through.
So So I think that's fine. I think this is great though. I love the color.
Would that be a
Did
double-breasted?
it say who did it? Who
Yes, so this is Saint Laurent.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then his glasses are his new Ray-Bans that he's kind of co-designed since he's the
they
creative
like-
director.
He's a creative
AI or
director of
whatever?
Ray-Ban, huh?
I don't know if they're AI, but they're a little
you know
funky.
about
They're kind of
cameras?
cool.
Wait, there's a camera in them, you're saying?
Yeah, well, you know how they've been doing like the Meta
Yeah,
Quest
Ugh.
Ray-Ban.
Dude,
Yeah, we're all
honestly, if you're
sick of
listening to
it.
this podcast and you're wearing turn the podcast off. If you got glasses with a camera in it, turn the podcast off.
Keep listening because what I'm hoping is we get to the point where you're listening to the customer service while you're at work, just through the rape. You're just watching us while you're in a meeting or something. So we're pro these things.
Yeah.
You're shopping the site while somebody's
Yeah,
yelling
unless
at
you're
you.
giving us money or something. Yeah.
And the listeners will see this too. I'll put these videos. These
I
pictures up on
love
there.
this. I
That
think
is sharp as hell,
everything
dude.
fits great.
Yeah.
The
Yeah, I think
pants
it's
are
a
wide
good-
without being too wide.
Yeah.
Jacket is great. I love that he has it undone as a double-breasted. Makes it interesting. The
So
boxiness
cool.
fits him perfect. Like the shoulder is dramatic, but not super dramatic. I think the tie is actually the best part. I love that tie.
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
I think
And I like the little pin. I think it's nice. I actually
little
think
brooch.
the only thing I would have done different is that he just worn like traditional Ray-Bans like Club Masters or something. I
Yeah.
think it kind of cleans the whole thing up. Also, I think the shoe should be a little different. But
what are the shoes there? Are they,
I just don't like
is
the
it a
flat end.
platform
I
situation?
think we're done on the maximalist
They're like
thing.
patent leather, square-toed.
I don't even
Saint Laurents.
patent leather. I'm good with.
Yeah,
I just
for
don't. I
that,
don't like the
I like
squared
it,
off
yeah.
toe. I think it should just be plain.
Yeah, I'm not a big
like
fan of-
everything else is good on its own. And then like
Yeah.
again, he's so attractive, and he's got his hair's done cool. He's got the
Yeah.
jewelry. I don't think you need another thing.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got enough things.
Yeah.
Let the rest be subdued.
Yeah.
and it's its own statement that way.
Yeah,
I think
he
he
is
looks
tight
great.
as hell.
He looks great. I'd love to wear that.
Okay, so now I'm gonna go to his casual look. So
Are
this
we
is red
rating these,
carpet.
or are we just chatting about them?
Oh, we just talk about.
Yeah, we can talk about
We'll
it.
just talk about them. I mean, it's glowing. My report is
really
glowing
good there.
So
Yeah, dude, sick as hell.
here's his casual look.
Who makes that?
I don't
have-
like it.
I
don't
have
like
complex
it.
feelings about it.
I don't like it.
I have a question about who makes it.
This is Miu Miu.
Oh, men's
Which-
line, yeah.
Yep, we all know is having its little heyday right now.
So
It's hard for me because I want to like it, but because it's Miu Miu, but I don't love it on him.
yeah,
is it silly of me to not like brown shoe, black shirt? Is that
I mean,
an
I
old
think
thing
all
that I
of
don't
those
understand?
things can be done. This just isn't being done well, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I don't like the shoe personally. I think that's the first problem. I think the biggest problem though is it doesn't fit great. And I understand
Yeah.
that might be the intention, but like the sleeves are kind of weirdly long, but
Yeah,
then
sleeves are
the
long.
pants aren't necessarily big, so it's not like it's all the proportions are the
Exactly, like
same.
it's
Well,
like
the
It feels
pants are
like
a little
it's-
more trim on the top block, but they seem to open up at the knee almost too. So,
But then on top of that, then you have like kind of a thinner shoe. It feels like I'd say the issue more than anything
Proportion.
is color's a little funny, but proportion is wrong.
Yeah.
Definitely
yeah.
for me.
Especially compared to the cut of the first suit.
It seems like the fabric's kind of heavier too. So I feel like on top of it, it feels like it's not draping the way it should.
Yeah.
I also just think like the belt's kind of wrong and the shirt's kind of wrong. I think this like you could redo it, I think, and fix it up. Yeah. But I don't know. It's a little off.
His dressed up outfit was much better.
That's what I agree too.
Yeah, this is just okay. It's not. There's nothing bad about it necessarily, but like it's just these little things. I don't know.
And it's
just
like
okay.
He's a beautiful man, so he looks good in anything.
Yeah,
like this looks better than. But it gives me like when like you're playing in your dad's suits when you're a kid.
I guess when
like
it comes
swimming in it,
when it comes to dressier things, if I just go like, okay, he's a celebrity, they're extraordinarily good looking. This is the same thing when it comes to like reviewing women's wear. We're like, it's obviously a beautiful person. Yeah. They're gonna wear clothes well. None of them look bad necessarily. Yeah, exactly. It's just a matter of like, I don't think that like if you put anybody else in that, they would look good. And so it's like, so I don't know if I'm just rating the clothes, I'm not rating A$AP Rocky as a whole. Yeah. The clothes are kind of just okay. Like on anybody else, you'd be like, I don't know about that.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree. Okay, so on to the next.
No,
this is
he's done. He's done. He needs to.
This is Jeremy Strong.
Whoever is his stylist needs to be fired. I hate this shit.
Well,
I don't think he's interesting enough to try to even doing these things. He kind of just reads as like a dork. It's like aging him, I think, is the problem.
Yeah, he doesn't look good. It's a little bit like you're a little too old to be wearing like clothes like that or to be doing such a weird thing, or maybe not too old, but his vibe doesn't work for it. I love Succession. I think it's one of the best shows ever. Yeah, I think Timothy would like it.
I'm not rating Succession though. We're rating just the clothes on the guy from Succession.
Sure. But in Succession, it almost feels like his character is a little too close to how he presents at these sorts of things, where he's too cool for school almost, or this might be anecdotal.
Over. Character's done.
But I'm saying he's still doing it. Is what I'm saying.
That's a problem.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like that's its own problem.
He's kind of like, sometimes when there's a person in a show and you're like, ugh, kind of a douchebag, and this and then you see him, you're like, oh, I like them as a person. Yeah. I don't feel that way about him. Yeah. Anytime I see him, I think, like, oof, I just don't really love it.
But let's really dissect it. I'd say the issue is the silhouette is not good here. Like the pants and the jacket are not doing it. No, him just like it's bad for his.
It's like such a strong taper. Well, it's just like
when
you
look at like shoes. The way he's built, that's not the right thing. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like that's cutting you up all wrong. You know? Yeah. So I think that's the first problem. The second problem, and it's a big one, are those shoes.
Yeah, little tiny goat feet, as I've said.
Yeah, but then with the carrot kind of trouser, where it's like you're not even committing to skinny. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's not. It's just, and then the fabric with that lapel on the jacket, that does not work. If this is supposed to be going to like kimono or naragi, it's not reading that way.
I don't like the tie.
Yeah. The bow tie is a thing, and then those type of glasses as a whole should be shut down.
Yeah. So
I'm anti indoor outdoor glasses. Yeah. I think they always look like transitions, which is like a tough look for people.
Wait, what do you mean? They're not transitions. They're just glasses that you could wear inside or outside.
Yeah.
I think that's.
I think it worked. I think for the people that do it, like that's really their shit, it works.
That's what I'm saying.
Right?
I didn't say it's impossible. I said it's tough.
But I think largely, if that's not your shit and you're not already that guy straight up doing that, going to your regular job, you know what I mean? And you do it for an event, I think it shows. Yeah. You know? But there's a lot of people in our ecosystem here in Boulder, Denver area that are tinted glasses fellas.
Oh yeah.
Or gals, and I think that's cool. Yeah. But it's true to them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not. Again, I don't think anything's impossible. It's like you were saying about the brown and the whatever. It's like that doesn't matter. It's just it's not being done well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think the issue I have with a lot of some of these looks is when they put them in something that doesn't feel like they would actually wear it in real life at all, or piece it out or anything, then it's like, well, you're way too far away from who you are. So now it just reads as you're wearing clothes that someone put on you. Yeah. So that's his problem is like all of it feels like a bit. And I'm so sick of like insincere society. Do you know what I mean? Like I just hate the like everything's a bit. You're like, it's not funny. It's like if it's supposed to be his old character, he ain't that character anymore. And if you're still writing the coattails of the show that has been like off air for at least a year at this point, right? We're done.
I think it's at least a year.
Yeah.
We're done. We moved on. You're never going to get a new role, and your next role is just going to be actually every role he's ever had is he's kind of a one note actor. God bless him. He's like a character actor, but it's just like it's sort of. you're gonna keep just doing the same thing because you're not that. I don't know. It's just not.
Yeah, I
interesting.
agree. I like what you said about society, everything being insincere. I haven't found the words to describe what I mean, but that's the sentiment I'm saying. Where everything is a joke, everything is ironic, nothing could possibly be taken seriously, and I just think that's.
Do you have a casual look for him?
I do, and I think you guys are gonna
Flip
hate
it
it more.
because this is gonna. I guarantee this is about to explain. Perfect.
Ugh.
Perfect. This is what I mean. He doesn't dress like this when he's at home.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
I don't know anyone
He's not
that
wearing
would-
anything like this. You know what I mean? At home.
It's just kind of dumpy.
and again, yeah, it's not flattering. For
No,
him.
no, that's not good on his body. God bless him. I'm not making fun of his body. I'm saying like
Doing a lot of
that
corduroy.
doesn't look good on him though.
No, I mean, and it just like I'm saying, like he got this was in a room when he got to a place and he put it on. You know what I mean? And they like everyone, the internet will like this because it's weird.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's the kind of stuff It's like you're not
Yeah.
even trying to look good. You're trying to look away so the internet will react.
Yeah.
And it's so boring.
No,
you know
and
what
I feel
mean?
like
It's
he's
just so
been
boring.
doing-
Who makes this clothes?
So this is Hans Nicholas Mott.
Okay.
And this is like a custom. He's been doing a lot of stuff.
Custom?
It's like bespoke for him.
Goodness.
And he's been riding him a lot.
Yeah.
Like he's
Okay.
been doing it. And then he had, I think those are like Lanvin shoes, which again ties in with, Succession with him and, he's always wearing Loro Piano. So it's like, I get what you guys are saying. It's like he kind of keeps playing the character.
Yeah.
It's
boring.
But I feel like I could see someone younger. Like I think like Harry Styles would look good in this.
Yeah,
I think someone
sure.
that'd be fun.
Chalamet might look
here's
good or
the
something
reality.
like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like-
Well, and that's the thing. I cannot stand. I don't care how much it costs. Those Chrome Hearts things, especially that he's been wearing in the Knicks,
Oh, the Knicks.
look like shit. He looks like shit.
I like the Chrome Hearts fit.
This is exactly what I'm talking about, though. Why do you like this? Here's the only thing I'll give Chalamet
Chalamet.
is I do think he has bad taste. Like he has bad personal taste because you can't show me an outfit where he looks good. I'm not saying he doesn't look cool. He looks cool. When he was
Yeah.
Bob Dylan,
Yeah.
he looked cool.
Yeah.
He seems like
Yeah.
he looks cool. But like this like jokey clothes. These are the Chrome Hearts things are joke clothes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I thought it looked cool because it's Chalamet. It's like,
Nah,
listen, would I wear it? No, but I also wouldn't wear what A$AP Rocky wears, but he looks fucking sick. So that's how that's what I'm saying.
The problem is the clothes they're not cool. Like they're not like no one thinks those are chic or cool. It doesn't have an opinion because they're literally going. This is how I know they don't have an opinion because if I'm the guys making Chrome Hearts and I go, Chalamet likes the Knicks, so it's orange and blue. It's like,
I was gonna say,
you
yeah,
don't even
yeah.
you don't even have an opinion. There's not even an opinion formed here. You just we'll make this because a guy that will pay for it will like it because he'll wear it to one game. That's not an opinion.
Yeah.
That's
well, orange
not a
and blue
point
is
of
fucking
view.
gross too.
It's bad. Yeah.
Let's say, can you think of another color scheme that would have landed better for you? Like, can you think of
In
another
the Chrome
basketball
Hearts stuff?
team?
No, because I don't want to. I don't want to dress
No.
like a Sean Paul. You know what I mean?
Jean-Paul.
Yeah, it's like it's such crazy. It's like it's literally worse than Met Gala because at least Met Gala is supposed to have like a you know what I mean.
It's from a perspective.
Yeah, this is like literally just dumb. It's just dumb.
Yeah. No, I hear you, but it's no different than like what
Hey, let me
basketball
ask you a
players wear
question.
in the tunnel.
Let me ask. Well, I've already
You
sounded
hate.
off on.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is like if what he was wearing was cheap, would anyone care?
No.
Yeah. they
So
won't give a
let's
fuck.
stop pretending like Chrome Hearts has this really great opinion and it's more and a point of
No,
view. And it's
I
more
think-
just
I think
it's a bit because it's expensive.
It's jarring, and you realize when you see it, the first reaction is, that's crazy. That's Chrome Hearts. It's like when we were in Kyoto the first time, Timbo. Remember, we were on the outskirts of the city by, we walked to where one of the temples were. We wanted to see the entrance of that big temple. And there was a dude waiting across the street in a fucking like gold and black Chrome Hearts, 3/4 length, middle of his shin kimono. And we were like, holy shit. Like, that looked cool though.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean?
but again, if Chrome Hearts was just like,
if it didn't have Chrome Hearts on the back and didn't have the crosses and shit,
If
it wouldn't
Chrome
have read
Hearts
as the same type of
was
swag. no.
$400 for that kimono, you wouldn't have thought anything of it. It would have been like, that's just that nasty.
I agree. No,
that
I
nasty
agree. There's something to
motorcycle.
unpack there.
What's the difference between Chrome Hearts and West Coast Customs? Truly.
It's just missing the father, daughter, son that we all know and love. You know, the ones that would yell at each other.
Arguably, West Coast Customs is more
Junior
entertaining.
and senior. Yeah.
I think that that's the problem. It's literally I hate when it's like it's expensive, so it's good, and you're like, no way, dude, no way. You know? They use silver, and I'm like, okay, yeah, pretty common material, sure.
I get that. I get that.
Oh,
So I don't like it. I don't like that guy either.
You don't like Trammell Tillman?
No, I don't know who's this.
This is Trammell Tillman.
Oh, this is the guy
okay,
from Severance?
Yeah, his
Yeah.
name, most people know him as Mr. Milchick.
Yeah,
I didn't recognize him with the sunglasses on.
And he's wearing a D&G. Dolce
Yeah, I think he looks
Gabbana.
great because he is a chic guy,
Yeah.
and this is a chic brand when it's doing
it's done
what it's
right.
supposed
Yeah.
to be doing. You know
Can
what
you
I mean?
face it a little more towards me?
Yeah.
I don't like it.
I think it's more. I don't love the shoe, but outside of that, I think
wrong
it's
in-
chic and cool.
Does he not look stuffed in that? Like it could be slightly more relaxed and it'd be a little more flattering?
No, I think you'd have to change material. You wouldn't need to
okay.
change silhouette.
I feel
but
like
yeah, I
it's
think he's also like he's kind of a buff dude.
I think that's
Yeah.
more maybe he's just like a large upper body
This
guy.
is the concession I have with NBA players of like it would be hard to dress yourself cool because you're so big.
Yeah,
and that's a
especially
tough-
like the bigger dudes.
That's a tough thing to do, you know.
Yeah.
But I think that I think that he's probably got a similar. He seems pretty jacked.
Yeah, no, he is.
So I
He's a
think
solid body.
suiting can
yeah.
be tough when you're jacked. You know what I mean?
So maybe that's
give
more
him
so
that,
what I'm
yeah.
responding to. It's not fitting him very slouch or anything,
It
but he's
reads
also
old-
a big body and it's fitting him trim.
Yeah. For me, it reads old Dolce, and I like that.
Yeah.
There's a sexiness to it that I think is kind of tough to pull off in menswear, and I think it's being done. Am I going to tell you it's like a 10 out of 10? No, but
He'd
I
look good drinking a cocktail in that outfit. You know?
yeah. I think
Yeah.
for doing something directional that he's doing, I think it's nice for him. You know what I
okay.
mean? It's
Yeah.
cool.
No, I agree.
What's Milchick got on in his cash?
Here's his cash.
Nah, he's trying to do
Hold on.
Donald
This is like,
Glover.
is it a onesie underneath? A scoop neck one
No,
piece?
it looks like a shirt, like a linen shirt almost under it.
Listen.
Feels too far away from his personality, and I
Yeah.
know his personality is in the show, but I've seen him in interviews on like red carpet stuff, and he's pretty straightforward. He's great. Seems like a really nice guy, but he's pretty straightforward.
Isn't he-
This doesn't feel like something he'd pick out off the rack himself in any way, shape,
He
or
doesn't
form.
feel like a playful guy. I know that he's not his character, and I will try to separate that.
Yeah.
But he doesn't feel like a hee hee ha ha funny guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I guess he doesn't
And
strike
this
me as a
reads-
scoop neck, like down to the belly button guy.
Yeah, and this reads to me as like a dancer in Miami. You know what I mean?
Totally.
And listen, if you
Like a
listen,
Gloria
this energy
Estefan
though,
dancer?
this energy could not be further away from how I would personally dress. So I could obviously separate myself from that. I think the pants look good with the shoes. I like the
I
proportion
think
of the pants and shoes.
the color is great on him.
Yeah, it's
Colors
a cool
look
color.
good on him. And if you're that guy, and Cole, you do this well. You got the chest hair. You leave a couple little buttons undone. That looks cool, and I think it's a cool, sexy thing if you got that way about you.
Little
Again,
necklace.
I don't necessarily think of him as a playful, funny guy, or even like a fun guy for that matter. And not to
Yeah.
take, maybe he is. So apologies if you're listening to this, Mr. Milchick.
Is this also Dolce?
This is yes, this is also.
Yeah,
Interesting.
I see. Here's my issue, and this is the big problem with D&G throughout the years of them not keeping up with the trends very well. I think that this maximalist look is the entire problem with the look. If you shrink everything down to normal size, if he's just wearing this really great latte color and everything as a casual, and he does something different, he just does some more traditional shirt.
Yeah.
Everything fits just a bit more traditionally. Not a huge lapel, not a huge shoulder, not just a straight leg, not a flared leg. You know what I mean? Not a super tiny shoe, something a little bit more in the middle. Suddenly, like him and Brunello Cucinelli, which they do a lot of stuff in this, this kind of look, like even like a suede or, whatever they're
like-
doing at the time, for the season. I know that would not be appropriate for this season, but I think that he looks great. I mean, I don't mind the overall type of suit it is.
Yeah.
I just don't like that it's like the maximalist thing. I think I think it's just played and done, and it doesn't, I don't know. I don't know. I'm bored with it. So
No, I
Yeah.
get it. It gives me like Soul Train. Like when I see this, I wanted to have bell
it's like
bottoms.
it's too
and some,
costumey.
like,
Yeah, which is a different thing. I mean, I'm sure like you're saying, if you're with the Gloria Estefan band, that's a different thing. You got to play to the back of the crowd.
Yeah.
but because you're on stage and there's people. But this is just like supposed to be a casual look. This doesn't feel it doesn't feel casual.
Like you wouldn't show that much chest hair if you're sitting down to have a burger at Red Robin. You know what I mean?
Unless you're
and that's
that
like
guy,
Yeah, maybe you are.
Yeah, those. God bless that guy. I don't know. He doesn't strike me as that guy. I don't know.
No, I just think I think largely though that much chest hair is, or you're Lenny Kravitz, and it makes sense.
Even seeing Lenny Kravitz in a maximalist suit, I'm good on.
Yeah.
But you expect it.
bunch of feathers in his hair.
Yeah.
He's tight ass leather pants and shit.
It's Barbados.
He has not aged, so we'll give him that. But anyway, it's fine. I don't like the chest thing he's got going on. I think there's, like Timothy said, there's aspects that are cool though. Pedro Pascal.
You guys
Let
know
me tell
this
you a
guy.
funny story about this photo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So obviously, like, here's the thing.
What is this? Is this his?
This I was
Formal
a little confused.
outfit?
I think this is his casual.
'Kay.
But I couldn't find his red carpet yet.
'Kay.
Getty Images was getting on my shit.
It's because he did this, and this actually broke the internet. And I'll tell you why. I saw this video on TikTok that I thought was so funny of someone taking a video of a girl at the airport that was just looking at this picture and just zooming in on his arms in and out. And I'm shaking her head, and I'm like, yeah, I get it.
I was gonna say when that turned around, I said, "My man's got a fucking pump, dude."
You know what's nice about his pump too? This is the fine line with guys. You see him at the gym all the time. You're like, you see a guy that's like a good amount of fit, and then a guy that went too much, and you're like, now like t-shirts look dumb on you, clothes look dumb on you, like you've gone too far. Now if that's your thing, God bless you, but like as far as we're talking about clothes, there's a fine line between having a good physique and clothes fitting you well. You know what I mean? It's like a tight rope.
Yeah.
He's right on it, baby.
Yeah.
How old is he?
Mid-50s?
Yeah, I think
50s?
he's in his mid-50s. Yeah.
Look,
Looks
I'm also going to say,
dude.
I'm not on the Pascal train, admittedly. I think his acting is kind of just okay. I think he's one of these people that the internet gets a hold of and then they ruin their career because they have an amazing 5 years and then they're gone because
what's he famous for?
He's in everything.
Last of Us.
He
What
was
else?
in.
Because I know that it's a thing.
Yeah,
It was a big
Mandalorian.
thing.
What was it?
Mandalorian. I don't know. I don't know if he's here for this or not because I know he's got another like smaller indie too, but probably for the Materialist, the A24 movie. It's the follow up to Past Lives from Celine's Song that I've been talking about how worried I am about it for weeks now. I mean years now.
It's a follow up, as in the second movie to come. It's a different
movie.
world.
Yeah, it's a separate movie. She's I'm not going to go into the synopsis of Materialist, but. I'm worried that they've overplayed this guy. He's everywhere on the internet all the time. He's always, but here's the thing. He has, for every couple times where there's a look where I'm like, this is too much, where he's wearing like a bright pink furry sweater that's with long sleeves and it feels way too like, oh, this isn't you, you know? For every time he does that, he'll have like, he promoted the Materialist in like a great fitting pair of jeans, and then like it looked like it could have been La Mer. So it was like a tucked in kind of oversized tan, kind of almost like safari military shirt that looked like it was made out of a beautiful like silk material or something. He looked great. It looked like old 90s sexy, you know what I mean?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Very cool. He does this, and the shoes are bad. I don't like that. I do think
the outfit wasn't good.
The shirt that's a tough look to pull off, and he's pulling it off.
Because he just went and he got an hour and a half pumping literally 11 minutes before this photo was taken.
Listen, let's not act like fashion doesn't have something to do with you have to look good in the clothes. You know what I mean? You have to look good too.
Yeah.
So I think that like...
But like, dude, I don't know. I don't think a tank top's acceptable for any sort of event you're going to. I don't.
This is how I view when you say cutoff. Your cutoff shirts.
That's exactly what I'm not
what
trying to do.
Okay.
Because that is a shirt sans sleeve. There's a difference between cutting it in a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
I'm in full disagreement, and I know the women around the world and men around the world are going to agree with me. He looks great, and I think that looking great trumps what the clothes are sometimes. You know what I mean? And I think he knew like they were like the arms on fleek, let them loose, baby. Let's watch people scream. And then I think that works. I think that works. And you have to admit, runway's obviously somewhat pageantry.
Totally, yeah.
Sure.
So I think it works for that purpose. Do I think the clothes on their own are good? No, because on anybody else, it's not going to work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey, put Jeremy Strong in that. If you want to have a laugh, put him in that, and then let's laugh it up because now he's not a part of the joke, and I want to be like that's what it feels like. That's what this whole thing feels like.
Yeah.
But he looks great, and so I'll give him his flowers. I think his acting is just okay.
Yeah.
I think they've overplayed him a little bit. I'm very worried about him in The Materialist, but I'm hoping my mind gets changed.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I hope I'm wrong.
Yeah.
But I don't really want to see him in Captain America chasing Dream Girl Dakota Johnson.
Fantastic Four,
So-
and he's wearing Calvin Klein in that. And then
Yeah, Calvin Klein's. They know what they're doing. They put Jeremy Allen White in the horniest photo shoot in the past 10 years, not that long ago.
Who?
They know what they're doing.
the
The Bear,
from the Bear.
No, what brand?
Calvin Klein.
Calvin Klein.
Oh. Yeah,
So they do that. They did it with Justin Bieber. I remember in like the early 2010s.
They know what they're doing.
Yeah, they go crazy.
They take the hunkiest guy at the time, no matter what that
Who
hunk
it is,
means,
yeah.
and they go, they're a brand for hunks.
They are,
You know what?
yeah.
I'm pro Calvin Klein coming out right now because they are pro hunk.
A kid I went to high school with, he was my sister's age. He was just like a beach rat kid. He'd come through, bum cigs, ask if you could drive him to Circle K so he'd get a puller pop and a hot dog, whatever.
Yeah.
Younger kid. I've always just known him. His sister was my age. Graduated high school, got picked up by a modeling agency, was the face of Dior for a year.
Damn.
He did a underwear shoot with Dwayne Wade, I think, for Calvin Klein. So that's kind of cool.
That is cool.
That he got to do that. But beyond that, that's about as far as I think about Calvin Klein.
Well, they're pro hunk, so I'm pro Calvin Klein.
I got one more photo of.
All right.
This is him like coming into Con, basically.
See, that looks great.
And this is Bottega.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Is that a woven collar on the jacket?
Yeah.
A woven leather collar?
It's kind of cool
I'm
to
chilling
look
on
at.
the jacket. This is old Bottega. This can't be this can't be just released. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't like the collar on the jacket. I think it would have been better
No,
without it.
I didn't
Everything else
realize
is
the
good, though.
collar. The collar, it feels like it's sitting halfway up his neck. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's too heavy for the
Yeah.
jacket. I think the jacket would have been prettier as just like a drapey.
Yeah.
Again, Bottega makes great choices, great color choices, but the whole maximalist thing where it would be like, but then make this crazy. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
And my thing with jackets is like if you're wearing a jacket and it looks like you can't, not that people have to wear the jackets like this, but if you can't button the top button, in my opinion, the jacket's too small. And like, there's no way that collar could reach
Get all the
around.
way.
You know what I mean? Proportionally, it's a little weird. Other than that, I think everything else is dope, but I agree with Timothy. I don't love the collar,
The
but
bag
everything's
is
cool
pretty.
as hell.
I think the jeans fit him well. From what I can tell, the shoes look good.
Yeah.
Cool.
And I love the suede with it. I think it's
Yeah.
great. I'm pro, as I know a lot of people are, bringing back the airport look. So this is great. I just think that collar is fixed. It's
a little
it's
crazy.
unnerving, and also it's again not the right glass for me. But everything else is cool.
No aviators.
Overall, I like it. This is the key. It's like he's always doing one thing kind of wrong, but that's not really his fault. That's like he's got to wear the designer, so he wears the designer. And this is, I think he has tasteful choices, and I think he knows. He's kind of like he's like one of these celebrities where he really understands that there's like a sexiness about him, and he leans in without it being annoying. Where it's like I'm not trying to do like hunk all the time.
Yeah.
So I think it's all right.
Yeah, like you said, this is like
I think
like
he
90s
legitimately
Brad
likes
Pitt.
this shit. I think that's the
Yeah.
big difference. Like when he takes swings, he knows this is where I'll swing to, and it's because I like the clothes or I like the brand. And people liking clothes versus like Jeremy, whatever his name is,
Jeremy Allen
Strong.
Jeremy Strong. I don't like. He doesn't seem like a guy who likes the clothes.
Yeah.
So it's bullshit.
Yeah.
He seems to like them, so I'm good with it.
Yeah.
Because at least he's doing his thing.
I like that.
I think Jeremy Strong is
Yeah.
more interested in his status as a celebrity than how he looks in anything.
Yeah.
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 That's probably fair.
I'd agree with that.
God bless him.
Yeah.
I want that money too, man. Make me a monster, I bet. No, you just never hear from me. You thought I died. You give me $10 million, you think I die. You're never going to hear from me. Continue.
Yeah, so that's it for the con part of it.
Okay.
And I got some more questions for you guys.
All right, let's do it.
Next question is there anything that you guys are eyeing at Canoe Club that's in the home goods / apothecary?
Yeah, I thought this was good. We have a lot of stuff like that right now. And there's a couple things
Well, I
incoming.
think we're both very excited about APFR, which should be
Yes.
here soon.
So at time of this recording, I'm going to import it after this. I figure I'll just do it. Anyway, I'm going to import it after this. So it should get here Friday or Monday. Lots of stuff. So we're excited about that. But in addition to APFR, which are room sprays, candles, scent, and incense.
Closet tag,
which is really, really dope. We also have, we just got all that Beams Japan stuff in. Obviously, we've got Binu Binu, Puebco, Home Goods, knickknacks, this, that, and the other. So yeah, there are a couple things. I love all of the bowls in particular from Beams Japan, the Fennica ones, the Hamadagama, and I think some of them are Hamadagama with Fennica. I like the rice bowls and I like the ceramic bowls, or what they're respectfully titled. I think those are all really nice and cute. Obviously, I like the little tiny bowls, like a catch-all, but like even smaller. Like you almost want to put earrings or something in it. You know what I mean? Like it's so small, you really can't put all that much in it. But yeah, I mean that's kind of what I'm keen for is all the APFR stuff. But the Hama de Gama bowls are really, I think fly under the radar. Incredibly affordable for what they are. And just really cool. They're really cool and textured. I like the rice bowls that are the turquoise with the vertical lines coming down the side.
Yeah.
That's my favorite one right
Those
now.
are
That's
cool.
what I'm eyeing.
That has like the cool texture inside of the bowl too, right? It's
Yeah.
like that kind of
bluish,
turquoise and
yeah.
it's really cool.
What do you think, Brando?
I'm trying to think off the top of my head, like and the funny thing is I was just working in the store the other day and I was like adjusting all of it, but now I'm suddenly like drawing blanks on like stuff that we have for some reason. I would have said I agree. I especially like those hexagonal bowls that we have.
Like a little catch-all?
Yeah.
We have one right now and holds lighters, extra coins, guitar picks, things like that.
I think that we've already like talked about it a lot in previous podcasts, but I think we still have some of the Danny D stuff left. It's pretty light, but I think it's an interesting way for you to buy a thing for your home that's fun and cool at the same time. Like it's not like jokey, but it's also got like kind of like a cute sense of humor about itself. Yeah. I think it's also a cool way to like buy maybe like art for the first time because these are all like he'll remake them, but each one's like we've seen them all. When you stack three together, they're all different sizes, and all the paintings look different and unique. So it's a cool way to like buy art maybe for the first time. So I think that's a cool thing. As far as like what I'm really keen for, this is another, we don't have it yet, but we have a restock of water on the way and there's a bunch of new scents in there. So that'll be exciting to.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Osaka, I think is the name.
That's one new one. And there's another one too. And I can't remember off the top of I think it's like a green.
Oh, cool.
I don't know. I can't remember what it is off the top of my head, but so I'm excited to check those out.
You know what I've been doing real quick in regards to the Danny D stuff? This morning I drove in, I drank from the tumbler, the brown collaboration tumbler. In my life, both with clothing, I've been trying to not do it with clothing, and you'll see where I'm going. But with other things, like shout out my buddy Nico. He's one of these dudes that's like a very, very, very talented ceramicist that does not do it for money or full time at all. He has a studio space and goes and does it. He made me these little cappuccino cups, and I had the Danny D's tumbler. And I'm trying to, instead of just be like, no, that's too nice, I'm just using it all. So it makes me happy to have it in the Danny D's tumbler. It makes me happy to have it in my buddy's cappuccino cup or espresso cup. You know what I mean? And doing that with my clothes too, wearing Orslo to go do yard work and shit, it makes me happy. So I'm trying to interpolate that over to other aspects of my life too, and use the shit I have and not have things be an albatross. Like when I was gardening, I put it in a little cup and I had it out there with me on my little Adirondack chair, and I just sat for an hour as the sun's going down, just looked at my tomato plants and sipped on some fucking coffee. You know what I mean? So anyway, as a complete aside, I like using the things and not being treating them like they're too precious.
I know we've been kind of talking about apothecary a bit more, but I also like want to re-stress how much I really love the St. Rita Parlor's Rita's Car scent. I really love it in the incense and the roll-on.
Yeah.
And if you're looking for like a good unisex thing, or you want to buy a gift that you can share, that's also it's a really good one. So I really like that. I was just telling Abby we are out of both of them at this point, so I'm gonna rebuy both of them if we've got it. I was also trying to recall a couple things, but Puebco, a couple of things I've noticed that I really like, I haven't seen maybe get as much traction, or at least not talked about maybe, is that little pour over coffee thing is really, really cool.
Yeah.
It's so simple. It takes up no space on the counter. I think it makes as much of an impact as like a big ass Chemex or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's smaller, so it's a little bit more convenient, especially if you're not making like a shitload. You're making like a cup and a half. It's kind of perfect, so you're not wasting stuff. I don't know. It just seems so easy and looks nice, and it's easy to store.
I thought the same thing. I wonder why they're being so slept on. People aren't talking about them.
Yeah, there was a really good.
Also, shout out my boy. I won't say his name in the Discord. We did the coffee exchange. So sick. Got me some coffee from Cleveland area. Really, really, really good. Fruity. It was a geisha.
Oh,
I'll be talking about geishas long after you go to sleep.
Is that what you drank this morning?
Yeah, sick. It's really, really dope.
Yeah.
I also really like from Pubco too, the little oyster thing. It's like a little you hold like a little soap bars or whatever, or anything like that. I think those are really cool, and unique. And it's like one of those things where if it's out, you don't really notice that it's like a weird thing right away until you examine it. So I like stuff like that. So I think that's a good one. Oh, and the lint roller that they have,
dude,
the big metal one, especially if you're doing like couches or like home stuff, or you just got like a big batch of shit you need to do, because nothing's worse than like. You do the arm and you're like, all right, gotta do the thing. You know what I mean? This is like a big boy. Yeah. So that's nice too. I also really like the Beams Home, the little set of the 2 beer glasses.
Yes.
It's just because it literally shows you on the back that it's like perfect for 1 can of beer to split, which is really cool. And when I drink, that's about what I do. Yeah. You know, so I really like that little setup. I think it's like a cute little
drinking out of a little cup, some ice cold beer is so fucking sick.
Yeah, it's the stupidest thing you don't realize that Americans did at some point was when we made glasses bigger.
Just bring me the bottle. You can bring me a full 12, 16 ounce beer. That's fine.
Put it to the side.
Put it to the side and then give me the little cups. It's fun. And then when you're with a group of people,
it's an activity.
You go and you pour it for everybody. And hey, you want a little top off? Like it's like we did at Menchirashi or in Japan. They really nail it. Those small cups with the beer that nothing's better than that, dude.
You know, the cup's no bigger than that. You know, it's like
it's 6 ounces. It's 8 ounces at the max. Yeah. 6 ounces is kind of money.
When people start talking about ounces to me, it's a little like when they're like, it's like north on that street. I'm like,
but you know, for the record, I'm not necessarily gifted in math or anything. But 12 ounces is a can of pop or a beer. That's and I can pretty accurately think what's half of that. You know what I mean?
It's kind of like at the coffee shop when it's like so you want a 16 ounce. I'm like, I just said large. I don't care whatever that means to you is great.
Just do it, dude. Charge me for it. I'm not going to look
to get into the metrics here. Just whatever's big is fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Does that answer? We got them. Is that good? I think that's.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's some good home.
I'm trying to think if I really love the new sushi cups we got too.
We got some new fun,
like the indigo one.
The one that has all the different fish. It has one. There's one that is all the different cuts of sushi in like nigiri and shit with the name of what it is. And then there's similarly the same exact thing, but the literal illustrations of the fish themselves with the name of the fish. So cool. I want a cup, one of the fish ones in particular. You know how many cups we have though, dude?
Oh yeah.
But
it's easy to collect.
I love them, dude. I'll use a different one every single day. So yeah.
And I like the size because it fits right under a Breville. It's
I know what you're talking about.
Perfectly under the portafilter. Yeah. So, if you guys have a Breville at home, fits perfectly.
What Breville model you rocking? This
Barista Express. It's the.
Does it got the grinder on top of it or no?
Yeah, on top of it. BX.
You have the grinder built
XL.
in?
Yeah.
Is that what you're thinking about? Is getting the one that has a grinder built in?
Maybe, but then I saw on Discord they were talking about some fucking thing that's super expensive and obnoxious, and then like it's not even as good as. And I was like, I looked at it and I was like, that one looks fucking cool.
Was it a La Marzocco Home?
I don't know what it was.
Those ones are.
La Marzocco Home are like $5K,
it was like a
bro.
sexy ass brown color, and I was like, oh damn, that looks cool.
Listen,
I don't know what it does, and I want to make it clear to you too. I don't care.
Let me ask you a question because we have whatever. What'd you say?
We have the Barista Express.
Okay, we have. Same thing. It steams milk. It has the water, put out hot milk. You can pull a shot. But we have a grinder separate. We wanted a different grinder. So
you have the
grinder
Bambino, I think. Is
that
that's
what it
called.
is?
Yeah.
It's still a full size thing. Not full size, but it's not tiny, but it's not small either. But like grinder separate. Kinda, right? But are you going to make yourself an oat milk latte or cappuccino, or what do you envision yourself using it for? Because
I only drink I drink an Americano.
Okay.
Or an iced latte, and that's basically it.
Oh,
yeah.
Easy.
So I don't really need it to do anything. And
you need to pull a shot of espresso, and that's
every once in a while I might have a hot coffee, man. But honestly, it's just not my thing.
Yeah.
I hit a point, and I'm like, I don't know. It makes my stomach upset every time I do it. The heat about it. So not an espresso, but a coffee. So I don't really do hot coffee that often, even in the winter. I just like iced stuff.
No, you're usually doing an ice. Yeah.
It's an iced Americano or a.
So I mean, honestly, dude, like
Monday through Friday. No latte unless I'm trying to a little pick me up. I'll do a latte.
Are you saying that's a choice?
Lattes on the weekends.
Okay, lattes on the weekends.
Lattes on the week. But Americanos during the week.
Okay. Isn't this going to kill you?
Sometimes
to not go do your routine
if it's going to take too long at the coffee shop. Well, no, it was literally like if I just go if I just cut out 3 months out of the year. I did the math and it was bad.
You paid for the whole
math on the slow on the low side.
We've
and I was like,
about
I can buy one of these expensive coffee things for like I just have to stop going for like 3 months out of the year and I'm good.
There's value in the routine though. If it brings you joy.
I told you, I'm not going to stop going. It just means I can live my life no differently if I just don't go for 3 months and then live the rest of the...
Go back to it.
Yeah, then I'm just saving money after that.
I think you're going to find that you love it. All you're going to need to do is pull a shot of espresso, which I do it. I'm a dumbass. You'll be just fine.
I like to get up and get out of the house. I'm eventually going to come back to the house, but I like to get up and get out of the house. You know what I mean? And that's like an easy way to be like,
I need to go.
It's open whenever in the mornings, and I'm ready to go. And then that, if I just go do that, then you can kind of decide what you're going to do with the rest of your day. Even if it only includes I'm going to run one more errand and go home. At least I did those things, and now those are out of the way.
Yeah,
it's just like a thing. It's just a routine thing. I like the drive to it. I like the way you go. I like looking at the things, seeing what's going on with the neighborhood.
No, I'm with you.
I know the people in there. I like seeing what they're wearing. I like seeing what music is playing. Everyone's giving different vibes. Sometimes a new player enters and you're like, what the hell is this guy's deal? You know what I mean? And that's fun.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's weird stuff going on. It's just a thing to do.
No, I mean I'm with you, but I'm pushing for you to get the espresso machine. I can't express you how often ours gets used. So
the big thing is, especially on like a Saturday, I go and you get a latte, and like that fucking latte hit, and then I crush it in the car, and I'm like, wish I would have got 2.
Yeah,
and also sometimes I do get 2, and then I just put it in the fridge for later, and then but I was thinking like if I just had that, then I could just make another one later in the day. It won't be as good. It's not going to be as good,
dude.
Food made by others is always better than food made by you.
Well, we know why restaurants are better.
I'm saying it's because you didn't have to smell it the whole time. You didn't have to clean up after it. It just arrived to you as a finished product. Then you walked away.
Yeah,
that's the best.
Listen, but dude, I think you'd be surprised. You can get pretty close.
It's not about that. It's not about
taste wise.
It's just that I do it, and then it
appears in front of you, and you just have it. Yeah. I still think you should get it though. I think you guys would have a lot of fun with it.
I still think I would. I'm telling you, I still think I'll use it enough to save me the money.
Yeah,
you know. Yeah.
And
then
obviously,
I have a new thing.
There's gear involved. We kind of set it and forget it. But you can get a new portafilter if you wanted to do X, Y, Z, or
get the little like needle thing where you have to spin it around and then get a
or if you want to get a special tamper and you can practice your tamper. I tamp like a caveman. I just put it in there and boom, done. But I did watch the guy with the bucket hat, the friendly one in Japan, who's friendly in the morning, mean at night. When he tamps, he pushes and then does a little twist. Yeah. And Mashan taught me that that's not necessarily the correct way, but that's the way I've begun doing it because I saw him do it.
Who makes the correct way? This is one of those things.
She used to.
That's great, but it's still subjective. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, that's the kind of shit where it's like people are like, that's actually not the right way. It's like there's no fucking right way.
Well, for the record, there isn't a right way. As long as it comes out hot, you're left with a result. There might be ways that can produce certain, but the thing is too, like unless you're getting granular with grind size and time, and it's all the same. You know what I mean?
Well, and the thing is too, like a lot of that's like when they do the coffee and you're like, this tastes like dirt water. You know what I mean? It's like I understand that like maybe this is like the appropriate way to taste all the flavors because it's but you're like this ain't. Yeah, this ain't moving. The mouth feels bad on it. It tastes like hot water. It tastes like tea. You know what I'm talking about? It tastes like it tastes like fruit tea almost.
Yeah.
I don't love that all the time. I don't mind it.
Do you remember when I was in AeroPress era? Remember this at the store? And what I would do is I would make coffee tea, which was after you made the first AeroPress.
Stuff was going everywhere.
Just water everywhere, overflowing. After I would do the first AeroPress, I'd leave the grinds in, come back for a second one, and the second pass through would be like a really weak coffee or like a coffee tea, and I liked it. It did make it like fruity or something.
Like maybe later in the afternoon or something. That's okay. That's what I'm saying. It's just subjective. I don't feel like there's any like right or wrong. There's not right or wrong ways to make pasta. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, sure. Ultimately,
it's just a million different ways, and everyone's gonna like different stuff, and it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. Yeah, you know what I mean? Who cares?
Shout out that geisha I was drinking this morning though. That shit bangs. I'm pretty sure. Cole, do you know a geisha? Geishas are signified by the altitude they're grown at? Is that right?
I think so, yeah. And it's like the height of the plant because it's a higher elevation, so it's like a little lower. This gets into the whole like phenotype, like when people talk about weed and like the different types, like where it grows and where it's from and shit. Yeah.
By the way, I stopped by 14er in Boulder, pick up some weed a couple weeks ago, and I, as everyone here knows, I like hats. I want to get a heat check here. Would it be too Colorado bro of me. They had a hat that was like a sage green, and it was just normal lettering. It didn't say nothing about weed. It said Colorado Terpene Society. Is that too weedy? Okay.
Seems like something.
I thought it was because I passed on it. But
I still think you can buy it and wear it occasionally, but if you're trying to like work that in as like one of your mains, I'm like, that's a little.
Well, no, this is my main. This is my main right now. This one and the Family Mart Canoe Club hat are the two best hats that I have. But I was just wondering, because I've been wanting some weed paraphernalia.
Is it flat bill with like a purple underneath it and then it got weed plants in it?
No, dude, it's like not a Jay Mascis hat. You know
what if it's from his eyeball line?
No, it literally looked almost exactly the same as this hat, just a sage green color, Colorado Terpene Society.
Mm-hmm. That's not terrible though.
I was thinking, is it riding the line of could be acceptable? Anyway, that's all I needed. I did my gut. My gut agreed with you guys.
I suppose I would need to see it.
Yeah,
my gut agreed with you guys. I'd like
if
something.
If you didn't live here, maybe that would help.
Maybe that might be the move. Yeah.
What was the material? Was it like corduroy or was it?
It
like
was straight
canvas?
up this hat. Sage green with white lettering.
Okay, so
like,
dad hat
couldn't have been more
panel.
just regular of a hat, which is what I was drawn to.
Yeah.
Also, I was falling asleep last night, and I wanted to put this out there in case anybody out there is listening and has a recommendation. I'd like a book on the history of fruit, more granular than Fruit Hunters, that I need to finish.
I was just going to say, you haven't finished
I still haven't finished the other book
you got 7 years ago.
I still haven't finished Project Hail Mary. I have 20 pages left. I'm such a fucking jackass, dude. That was over a year ago that I was reading it.
Easily.
I need to. Well, it was in the Tokyo airport when you were sick is when I started it. Damn. So I need to finish that. But if anyone out there has a recommendation, I'm looking for. I don't care if it's dry. I don't need it to even be like a fun book.
Yeah.
I'm interested on where fruit came from and more granular, the more scientific aspect of it. But it has to be through the lens of a dumbass. Because I have to be able to consume it. So
if anyone's got fruit for dummies out there,
and you guys got fruit for dummies, send them my way.
Mm-hmm. Do we have any other questions, or is that it for today?
We're at almost at
an
hour 30 basically. We can hit in some news here.
Let's do
new arrivals.
A little wrap up stuff.
Yeah.
What do we got as far as new arrivals? We got a lot of things on the way.
Let's talk about what we got on the way. Let's talk about what we got in right now on the shelf. Again, this is Tuesday. This comes out Thursday, so it'll probably be online or soon. New William Frederick will be online shortly. Handful of SKUs to wrap up this season. I'm happy to report that half of it is already sold out. A bunch of guys hit me up. I was able to shoot you over PayPal invoices, get you squared away early. I know a lot of people were waiting for the William Frederick product in particular, so that's why I did that. So William Frederick will be up live shortly. We have Beams Plus is online. That is in full. Pop over and see. Cole, you got yourself a nice cool shirt on Friday. Speaking of which, it's like Cole can pull off the Miami look because you said
I got the little Latino in
you got some Latino in you. So when you wear that gold chain, you got your chest hair showing, looks cool as hell.
Yeah,
I've got no chest hair and I'm pale as hell. So if I had on a cool little sexy gold chain and had my shit unbuttoned, it'd look wild. You know what I mean? But it looks so cool on you. Got a cool cut. Yeah. So a lot of cool summer weight
really
polos. Cool, button down.
Oh, you're talking about Beams Plus.
Beams
this
Plus,
whole time I'm like, William Frederick.
You're like, what are you talking about?
They've got stuff like that.
I didn't know you were looking at me and being like, some ain't right here.
Yeah. I got you. Yeah.
So Beams Plus, but Cole got this really cool shirt with it's aerated almost.
Yeah,
so
it's
like a cool weave to it.
Yeah, a bunch of those like kind of summery things, but also we're back with all of the classic pants.
Yeah,
the ones you love too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the MIL trousers.
And,
we got some herringbone ones in a couple different colors. The dip dye denims.
Those are cool.
The used regular twill khaki. If you remember, our boy from Beams was wearing those, I believe.
Yeah.
When he came to visit, I thought those were just so cool. There's something cool about a khaki that is a full leg that keeps its shape. You know what I mean? It's very Ivy looking.
Yeah.
So Beams Plus. I'm going to import APFR here shortly. New Capital should be on the website as well. Carhartt Work in Progress is unpacked, should go online shortly.
People that keep asking me about the basketball, it's there.
It's here. So, we got the Spalding basketball. I believe Spalding.
God, so many people.
Really cool. I wish I had a basketball hoop in my driveway. I would buy that so fast, dude. What else? There's more Capital ready to get on the way. Catchball restock. I'm going to import today as well. Yeah, lots of product. We're coming towards the end of the season, but this is the nature of the beast. I think we just are consistently going to be getting shipments pretty much always. So
water restock, which we mentioned on the way. We have catchball restock almost on the way, so that should be soon.
Did we submit a CDG perfume reorder?
Yes.
Okay, so that will be. Who knows when that comes? Obviously, it's not usually terribly fast, but hopefully,
if you're waiting
soon.
on stuff, you know the deal. Go there, sign up for email.
Yes, sign up for restock
it'll send you an
alerts.
email.
We restock everything we have.
The other one that I was thinking is Monasterio restock.
Yeah, that's
a lot of
been
people
submitted.
asking about that, and there's definitely teas in there. It's not every single one you'd want, but there's a lot of them.
We did what we could do with what they had available.
Lady White restock of some seasonal stuff and some core colors, because those are basically depleted, but also they've got a couple like kind of summer delivery colors in the like singles and 2-packs as well. So like some cool like something called like I don't remember. They've always got wild names. I don't remember what the names were, but they've got like a pistachio color, I think, kind of like nice greenish color, kind of this like black green color.
Yeah,
that
I was
kind
gonna
of cool,
say,
like black pine, I think is what it's called.
They did one that was called black olive at some point, and I think it's black pine is the word.
There's another one, and
so
I'm not
probably a
remembering
little
off the
more
top of my
green
head.
than olive. Yeah,
But some cool colors as well as restocked the core stuff. I know we're missing stuff too, but
What about James Coward?
oh yeah,
Have you heard anything?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, is it on the way?
First delivery.
It's on the way.
It's not the whole thing. It's like I don't know if I should say yet because then we're gonna have people. But I think it's a couple suits, like the top and bottom. A lot of people were asking about those. Carry on, and then a jacket that I'm absolutely buying one of these jackets. This is a brown zip jacket I've wanted since I saw it.
Yeah, dude.
A couple other people, like maybe a shirt or two.
Cool.
So just first delivery of several, but yeah, so that's finally on the way. So that's exciting.
Great.
So if you're really interested, you want to make sure hit him up. You can do that through Discord or whatever.
Yeah, you know how to get a hold of me. Chase
Get a hold of Chase, because I really feel like based on the response that we're gonna have, it's gonna go really fast. So we're gonna try to make sure everyone that wants it gets it, but it's gonna go quick. I know we're missing stuff
MM6.
too. Some really cool MM6. I didn't actually get into it, but there was a sweater I glanced at as I walked by the other day in between meetings that I was like, fuck, I want that.
Yeah, sweater. So, also, the Beams roll neck sweater. I also just want to shout out that. Also, I know we're in June now, but we got that shearling reversible leather MM6 jacket.
Yeah.
And that thing is so
it's really, really, really good.
Cool. Yeah. It's about as splashy as you could get in June, but really, really cool. I think that might be it.
I know there's things we're forgetting, but you'll listen to the podcast next week and we'll talk about them then. But so if it's so
is James Coward on the way?
I'm going back and forth with them.
Okay,
so
cool.
It will be this week.
If they need help, I can.
They know that.
So. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I think we're good. Actually, no, they don't need you at all. I gave them all the information they need.
Beautiful.
Never mind. So there's on the way. I don't have tracking yet.
You give them the right number and shit. I don't know. We need to talk about this on.
Yeah, you want to litigate? let's go through it more. I'll read you the emails. Actually, what if the podcast just got to be us reading emails? First of all, that would probably do well because of how. If you think this is all just like a couple emails, like great, it's never that. It takes forever.
Yeah, for everybody, not even good or bad. There's a lot of communication when we're talking about all this shit. So,
I'm sure there's things we're missing. Like I said, check. Follow us on everything. If you're listening this far and you don't follow us on Instagram and YouTube, and we're gonna do I think we said we're gonna do a collection talk through this week. Yeah,
tomorrow for Beams.
Great. So tomorrow
we're gonna do a video. It ain't coming out. Maybe Friday.
Yeah, we'll see.
But I don't know the cadence,
talk through on Beams, so that's exciting. If you guys got stuff you want from us for YouTube or whatever, hit us up. We'll make sure to pencil that in. What else? Anything else? Is that the housekeeping we need to do?
I think that's about all the housekeeping we need to do. Yeah.
Okay. Consider it kept. We will. I
think we're gonna wrap this boy up.
Yeah.
I gotta pee.
Why are you looking at me like we're gonna have a discussion about that?
I figured you want to weigh in.
What if I just kept trying to keep it going? So
I do.
Let's just be done. We're done. Goodbye.
Bye.